No, I think what did we used to do like intro wise? We used to be like, "Hey,
You
everybody,
said,
welcome."
hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody,
And
welcome back to the one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So we're having to share a microphone because I'm stupid.
No comment?
Okay.
Because
You can't hold it from back there.
Can you fart?
Video.
Sounded like it.
Video listeners will see the side eye she just gave me.
Bombastic side eye. But I can hold the mic however I want.
No, like you literally can't. Like, yeah, I will bite you. Stop. She likes to be bitten.
Yeah, like a rose.
Okay, so this episode is gonna be like photography,
I think
everything photography.
So we're gonna touch on the trends of this year, what we predict for next year. We've already touched about community over competition, but we're gonna kind of bleed it into second shooters, rules, icks within the community, the do's and don'ts of photography in general, second shooting, main shooting, photography in general. So we're just gonna kind of like do a little reset since things have changed. Bless you. And I had to sneeze, sorry.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
we want to start off with wedding trends
Yes,
of
we
this year.
Of this year.
Okay,
Flash photography.
flash, pearl veils, glitter veils, sleeves.
I feel like sleeves have been slowly, like detachable sleeves specifically,
yes,
because like 2 or a year and a half ago, that's when I had my detached sleeves. That's when it was kind of like,
you set the trend.
I know.
Oh my god, you're such a trendsetter.
I know.
Another wedding trend for this year: smaller weddings.
Yeah, like under 75 people, for sure.
In my case, not even 20. So
in my case,
0.
Well, the officiant.
Well, there's one. So
there was one.
I'm kind of looking through photos just like recently, just to like see trends. Like a lot of
Obviously
pedal
blur.
tosses,
Bubbles.
Oh, so glad sparklers are going out.
They're not going anywhere.
They need to buy sparklers.
I will say flash and motion blur are still relevant. Film,
whimsical flowers, like the ones like in bouquets, like the blossom type ones that are just kind of like everywhere.
Wildflowers,
yeah, sure. Like I would say lace is a pretty big wedding trend, even though I don't love it.
I'm trying to think of who I've had that I had lace. I can't think of anyone.
I've had a lot of lace.
More of like, okay, so I feel like early 2000s, a sweetheart neckline with a really like mermaid was very in.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like these really ball gown dresses. But right now, I feel like a really unique looking bodice, and then it like almost like A-line, like it kind of just flows at the bottom. I feel like that's really common right now.
Yeah, and also just like very neutral colors for everything. So like wedding flowers, mostly whites and greens.
I will say,
black attire.
They have been doing a lot of spring trends in the fall, and fall trends in the spring. Like,
yeah, and
there's no such thing as like the spring flower. Obviously, there's certain flowers that only bloom then,
right?
But like more of the colors, the aesthetics, like garden weddings, all of that. Like they kind of all blend together in like months of the year now. They're not like subjectively one part of the year.
Yeah, who have we done a wedding like that it was very like more springy than it was fall, even though it wasn't fall?
Yeah, I can't remember who. It was more springy than fall.
I don't remember, but anyways, wedding colors.
Oh, I will say a trend that really went dead fast this year.
The bright colors?
No. Disco balls. They were so popular then to last year. Everyone was like, they're gonna be so popular this year. But like literally after summer.
It's more of a summer thing though. Because it's like,
I agree.
Disco like is a summer thing, I think.
Let's see.
I don't know about it. Did you see that the wedding color for 2024 is like this dark blue? I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it.
I don't think it's accurate at all.
What was the wedding color of this year?
I'll tell you.
Was it like a purple? I think it was a periwinkle.
There's no way.
I think it was. Wedding color of 2020. What year are we in? 2023? Okay, I hate when Google just doesn't give me an answer. Like, oh, pink.
What?
Rose pink.
I mean, rose. Okay, so I feel
okay.
One
I guess
trend
so.
that's going out, and I'm so glad, is the like navy with pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's overdone.
It's giving gender reveal.
Yeah, it does.
I also
see. Look at that. It says neutrals. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Greens are a big one too, like the sagey greens, light greens, dark blues. I like that.
I love that, but I don't think it's gonna be like the color of this.
I do think pink was a very good color because of Barbie.
Pink is always going to be a color because it is neutral. It's pastels. It's like I think that's the most cop out answer ever of like.
But that was the color of the year. You can't argue. Pink.
This is wedding trends.
Oh, popular wedding colors.
So that's like the.
What is the theme? Green and white. See, like green and white is pretty neutral.
But then this says
greens are incredibly popular, and so are pinks. No, that says for 2024.
I know, but I'm just saying it's like a cop out answer because it's
nobody knows.
Then it says 12 colors trending in 2023.
In my opinion, who is even following trends anymore?
Everybody.
Not me.
I do.
Well, what does that make you, a sheep?
It does. Because I do Filmy, I do Flash, I do.
I'm talking about for brides. I'm not talking about for photography. Like when you're a bride, you kind of already know what you like. Like for me, I was like, I want everything to be pretty simple. Like my bouquet was just a bundle of white flowers, right? White roses.
I will say long stems of like little bundles are.
Oh God, that's so bad. I hate long stems.
I
don't like the look of them.
When it's like extra long, I'm like. But if it's like a normal, like you can put two hands on it and some space,
like mine.
Yeah.
Even though mine was like a little shorter. But I didn't like the long stem thing. I thought it was so fugly.
I understand. Like I don't like when you can see them start separating at the bottom.
Yeah.
I think it should get cut right before that. That's just more of a simple bouquet I've seen a lot of, whereas before it was only the big traditional ones.
Which I love the simple. I think it photographs beautifully.
I already have a neck. When it hangs. When it hangs. Like if it's like a fake
like
bouquet,
a bohemian one?
No, like the sunflower hanging, or like it's like almost like a cone looking thing.
There are only certain things that I think should hang off of bouquets.
And it's like flower wise.
Yeah. And it's like those little feathery ones. Like, the feathers for the boho type of ones.
Yes.
Like there are only certain things that
should hang. Or like the
hang.
pompous variants too.
Yeah.
Or there's like these little like, they look like palm trees, dried out palm trees leaves. And they look so cool. But it's very niche. But
yeah.
I don't think that any type of flower should hang. Like if it's like going down to your dress knee, like ick. I'm sorry. There's a few people this year that I'm like, there's no way I would wear that or do that. And like also it's all subjective. This is all opinion based.
Yeah, I also think fake flowers have been very popular, and honestly, like only sometimes they can be pulled off. I think if you're gonna do fake flowers, definitely do them for bouquets. But if you're gonna do real flowers, please do them for centerpieces and stuff. Like
please put like, you can multi-purpose. If there's one for a ceremony spot, move it to be the reception one as well.
Yeah. Oh,
all kind of mouth noises.
Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I just don't like the way fake flowers look on for certain fake flowers. I will say, the ones I did for my wedding,
Did you have fake flowers?
yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
for the
But they were
arch,
whites.
but they were white.
So whites and greens and lighter color of anything, great. If you are doing a ratchet rose red, a rose blue, a freaking neon pink, like all of those, like any bold color, unless it's a real flower, it's gonna show in photos.
Yeah, and don't cheat. If you're gonna commit to the fake flower thing, commit.
I also
Like fake flowers, it either looks really good or it looks really bad.
I don't like. I like vibes and aesthetics for weddings. I don't like themes.
100%.
Like I think like so our aesthetic for me and Evan's reception that was earlier this year in March,
Black and white.
it was black and white and hints of gold. So the overall aesthetic was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a theme of like disco ball party.
So like for my wedding, it was gold and white, and then everybody just took it upon themselves to wear blue. I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah,
everybody
blue or
wore
like a black.
Yeah,
suits.
everyone wore blue and black, which is kind of funny. Like I didn't tell people to do that.
Mm-hmm. It matched very well. It's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice, except for Avery's grandmom that wore pink.
But that's still like
because she is the star.
She is the moment. She is the icon. I don't know. I don't like the disco balls. I'm so glad they're going out. I love Flash. I think that's obviously timeless because you look back like 50 years, they only had Flash for light. So it's like it's gonna be a thing. It's going to be a thing.
We've been doing a lot of pantyhose. Now that we're getting into like photography stuff, we've been doing a lot of pantyhose stuff.
Yes. They have a bunch of different types of like lenses, like lens cover thingies, like but I don't use any of them. No. I only use pantyhose.
We commit to the pantyhose.
No, every time. Our number one question.
What does that do?
Number one question. You heard it here first. What's on your camera? It's pantyhose.
Yeah.
And make that a centerfold.
They're like, what does that do? And then I show them and they're like, oh.
I'm like, it diffuses light.
Yeah.
Makes it look filmy and stuff.
Yeah. And then they always ask, well, why don't you just use real film? And I'm like,
that's exactly what I'm not gonna do.
So, like photography trends, obviously blurry, intentional blur. I just blanked.
Yeah, I
just
could see it.
The train left.
Your brain did not compute. Let me look up some actual like what was predicted for 2023.
Like photography trends?
Predicted trends for weddings 2023.
I feel like we looked this up
at
the beginning of the year.
Creative photo booths. Oh, one thing that I love, the trend that I'm obsessed with is having food trucks. Instead of like hiring a catering to like come out and
or the little late night ones.
Oh, that's good.
Did you just tap me?
Yeah, that was a good one. Love that. I think that it's like it's more fun. Also, we've had some people ditching cakes lately.
Yeah,
like big cakes and just having like donuts or a variation of different like
or just like desserts. Small desserts.
Yeah, we've had 3 weddings that have had either a small cake or no cake, and then just a different variant. I will say historical venues have definitely like more meaningful spaces. I feel like is popular. Like maybe everyone wants to go more luxury routes, so the place settings will be very intentional. Like the decor will be very not like DIY, but it'll be very thought out, thought through. Whereas in the past, they just kind of like threw eucalyptus down and called it a day.
You're telling me. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, multi-day weddings. Yes. Like the rehearsal dinner, a welcome party, like all of that is definitely trending. Like people want to make or having a reception separate than the ceremony or having like a different type of not just everything in one day. Like we met a wedding coordinator that already eloped. She got her photos taken and everything. Then they're going to have like another wedding.
Yeah. But
And you had,
yeah, I did
and I
something
had.
similar. Yeah, we both did something similar.
Just, I feel
Oh,
like it'd be more fun to do everything.
outdoor seating. How is that a trend?
Lab grown diamond.
I don't see how that's a trend either.
Oh, grazing
Oh,
tables, charcuterie boards.
yeah.
Definitely.
Charcuterie boards. Flower guys.
Yes, or beer guys.
Yes. Which I will say, like, it's kind of cringe, but, you know, whatever makes your heart happy. Protecting your big anyways.
I need like Vogue.
There they are.
Surprised they're not higher.
They didn't pay for the hire.
SEO. Midday ceremonies, we did have some that are earlier in the day this year. I actually have a brunch wedding next year.
Me too.
I think
When's
that's
yours?
so fun. March 10th.
Mine's in February.
Oh, I'm so excited to go to that one.
Yeah. I'm excited because they're doing like a whole, obviously they're doing brunch.
Dramatic ceiling. We had one the other day. That was a dramatic ceiling. They had stuff hanging from it.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't look up at the ceilings. Yeah. I don't look up at the ceilings, so.
Over the top wedding cake. No, I disagree with
No.
that. I literally this year do not think that I had a single cake that was like extra.
I had one, and I'll show you later. But it wasn't like, it was just extra.
Statement aisles.
Yeah.
I will say like flowers down the stems down the aisle.
Yeah, not any that were like so dramatic, but I want to see more dramatic aisles.
But there's two sides to this because I really do think that this year was like a lot of people for the ceremony didn't go all out.
Yeah.
Like there was a few weddings in the spring, but not since then. Like it was more of a few little reserved seating signs,
very chill.
one or two things on the arbor, and then they called it a day.
Yeah.
No.
Intimate ceremonies, 100%.
What's out? Wedding hashtags.
We actually read this in the beginning of the year, so I kind of wonder what is different, like our opinions.
Wedding hashtags. I don't think anyone really does that anymore.
They do.
They do for babies.
No, they do the hashtags because I ask in my questionnaire when I send out if they have a hashtag.
I didn't.
They do.
I guess my clients don't.
Uniform bridesmaid dresses.
Yes,
because I've seen a lot of the bridesmaids have the same dresses. I think it's nice.
It's definitely going out though.
But it's also convenient.
But not really. Not for the bridesmaids.
Well, it's not about them.
Fair, but I think that what they're doing is either same colors, different styles, or
I can get jiggy with the different color dresses, but they have to be done right.
Like what I did. I had all kinds of different.
No. I'm talking about like different colors. Not like different styles. Like they were all like similar, like they were all champagne, just like different kind of champagne.
Okay, so I had
like there was a rosy champagne, there was more like a gold champagne. Like mine was more rosy.
Blythe's wedding, she had greens, she had champagne, she had maroons, she had
like
taupes.
I'm saying, they have to be done right.
Yeah, like she really, I loved all of our dresses. Standing wedding parties, they always stand. Are going out. No, they're going
out.
out.
They're going out.
I've had 2 or 3 weddings. 3 or 3.
We had one the one in August. They sat.
The one that you didn't do with me, it was their last name was Knights. They had a literal like 20 people wedding party.
Oh God, I'd have them sit too.
Yeah.
Literally the other day on Sunday, they had their bridal party stand the opposite side. So like the girls stood on the guy's side.
I did notice that.
I liked it. I really did. I was like, that's nice. So that she could look at her girls, and I was like, that's nice.
And they could look at her rather than just seeing the back of her head.
Yeah. I don't agree with this one.
Signature cocktails are allegedly going out. I think that it's really, really convenient to have like one signature cocktail that you name or 2.
You did it.
I did it. I had 2. No, I had 3.
Oh, yikes.
I had 3. Shut up. But I had like wine, beer, and then I had 3 cocktails that you could choose from.
So let me ask you this with this next one.
I love it.
Who? Because fireworks.
I've seen,
Who has done fireworks?
not that you were there for. There's been 2 or 3.
Well, I kind of want to see more fireworks because
I
I think
want to
they're
see
fun.
more. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think
Okay, so that was wedding trends. We kind of
I think
that's nice.
we delivered with
We
there's a lot.
delivered. Okay, wedding trends we want to see though in 2024. Personally, fireworks. Yeah, personally, fireworks. No more sparklers, please and thank you, Lord. Alternatives for sparklers. I really love the streamers.
I like bubbles.
Bubbles are great, but bubbles you have to get the bubble guns or else you won't produce enough bubbles.
Fair.
Got it? Good. Or like the glow stick ones I think could be fun.
Not the glow sticks. They're foam.
Yeah.
And you wiggle them.
Yeah. When we
like
lower the shutter, we can really see them really good. And that's fun.
I like that during the like reception part too. I really like that.
Or just don't do a send-off. We've been doing that a lot lately.
Oh,
no send-off.
What we want to see more of is big group photos during the reception.
So we've actually been doing that like the past couple weddings. We've had the DJ get everybody on the dance floor. And this is a great opportunity for DJs. Not like I can tell you how to do your job, but I know best, okay? So get everybody on the dance floor and you have them all take a group picture and then you play the cha-cha slide. And guess what?
Everyone's
party started.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been liking to do that. And then people can't really tell me otherwise that they didn't get a picture with everybody because they did.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everybody. And it requires no effort.
Yeah, fair. I will say I do love the flash, the motion blur, the more authentic, like utilizing every single photo you take. I really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously more work for us, but I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I love the I do love the outfit changes, although I think it's kind of a waste of money to like have like 3 or 4, but like a good like outfit change from one to like sweats or like something more comfortable. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's nice, but I don't know.
I love wedding trends.
Other wedding trends.
Well, kind of what we want to see for next year.
Yeah. I don't know. I still like am obsessed with long veils. Please.
I'm torn. I really like the no veil because I feel like we've all seen it for years and years. We want to get under the veil shot. We want to get one that's like in the corner of the lens. Like some people throw it. I mean, I like that people have been doing other options for it, and me personally, I want to trend that the veil's over the bride and groom. I want it to be out so bad.
She's such a hater. I think when it's done correct, it looks nice. Like these little half veils and you're trying to put it over the bride and groom is not going to work.
Also,
it's only when it's super long that it can work.
Brides, please stop doing the flowers around the face. I don't like it. Please don't ask me to do it. I'll do it happily, but I really don't want to.
Sometimes I suggest it when there's enough people that I know that I can make it look good. But other than that, if it's like, if there's not enough people to do it, like girl-wise, then it's not going to look good. So, like, I'll only suggest it if I like the flowers, really.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that kind of, like, ties into, like, do's and don'ts. I don't know. There's some people... Okay, I'm trying to think of, like, what editing style is going out. Like, very overly edited.
I don't know if we can talk about this without... like, here's what editing...
There's different niches of
you know editing. What we need to talk about, because I have a crisis on my hands.
Oh my god.
Is, so when I first started out with photography, I would have considered myself a moody photographer. And in my opinion, moody is dark editing, like not like a vibe. Like I think of it more like a vision. Like, you're looking at it, it's like very dark, okay? Nothing wrong with that.
So
It's
you're
just
viewing it as like a dark and moody versus light and airy
yes.
in your brain for some reason.
Yes.
Got it.
So when and there's nothing wrong with being light or whatever. You know what I mean? So when I first started off, that's my trauma, okay? Like, I wanted to get away from that. And so I started editing very true tone, whatever. Not like true tone to like where it's like straight out of the camera, but true tone like
The colors in your day are exactly what they
Yes.
are in her editing.
yes.
They don't pull anything but what they are.
Yeah. So like the grass is green, the sky is blue. Your skin colors are your skin colors, your colors of the whatever, you know what I mean? So like I had somebody recently describe my photography, and I would consider my photography romantic, intimate,
True tone.
candid, documentary, true tone, blah blah blah, whatever. I had someone describe me as moody, and I
Was triggered.
freaked out. I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" And I was like, "Can you please clarify?" And so I obviously did a thing on my Instagram where I asked people like how they would describe me, and a lot of people said moody. And I just want to come on the record and say I don't think so. Like, but Haley described it to me as like, no, I think they're talking about like moody in like the sense of like emotional. And I'm like, okay, well then say emotional.
Yeah, I think that for a long time the words that we used were light and airy or dark and moody. That was the only styles they were, because still in like the scheme of, or in the future, in the past, in the present of technology with cameras and editing and stuff, there was only really a few options. Then now we're where we're at now, which there's a lot of different styles where before there wasn't. So early 2000s, 2016, it was like dark and moody or light and airy. Then it started going super boho, super orange, super like reds, like warm, warm, warm. And then we like recently in the past 3 years, we've had a transition of like different types of editing. I don't even know if necessarily brides have noticed as much as obviously photographers do. So I think that moody is just, it's a mindset shift, because I would classify my work as moody, romantic, ethereal, earthy, organic, timeless. That's how I would.
But I would see you more as your editing is very light to me.
But I wouldn't classify mine as light and airy or dark and moody. Like, it's not
Yours
any.
is like a creamy, like I don't even know.
I pull warm, I pull
You do
earthy.
pull warm. But like I just had like a freak out moment. I was like, I am not dark and moody. I am not this. Because girl, I'll show you dark and moody.
No one was saying dark and moody. Everyone was just saying like moody and blank, like, and adjective.
Right. And I did have a lot of people be like, like I did have people say like,
see, I'm
natural. I did have people say natural, other adjectives to describe natural.
I'm not natural. Like, there's certain colors that don't necessarily look as the same as what they are in real life. Like,
your greens.
I manipulate my greens.
Yeah.
My blues sometimes pull more black than blue, so I like bring up the blues a little bit. But there's like certain colors that like you will definitely have more warmth. Like mine pull warm. They don't pull cool.
So, okay, let's ask the question then. Let's trade phones and let's look at a picture.
Trade phones?
Yeah, let's look at a picture of our feeds, and I want us both to describe. I'm going to have to turn up your brightness because
dramatic.
Shut up. See, I don't even know.
So like this one.
Yes.
This one does inherently pull more moody. It's not light.
But
it's
that's
more
also
dark.
Flash.
Oh, I know that. But I'm just talking about in a situation where this one more moody.
100%. But I would say it's more
Moody.
You took that.
I know, but it's like it's more of a dark, like with the backgrounds and stuff. Let's see. More moody.
Okay, now you're just describing me as moody because you know I don't like it.
No, I'm just saying like this is more like more emotional.
See, and like this to me is light. Oof, that's rough.
That's actually hilarious.
That is hilarious. But it's also like I really like that green. That's
Thank
a
you.
nice green. But like I don't know. I don't know how I would describe it.
It's not like very light and bright. It's not like dark and moody. It's just like
it's just Olivia.
Mine?
Oh, yours. Oh.
Sweet girl.
Sorry, I'm thinking about myself. No, but I would say like when I look at this, I'm like everything to me, like it doesn't like nothing is unnatural about it. Like there are things that are unnatural.
Yeah, when you really pull like reds and oranges.
Yeah, this doesn't scream at me.
That's why I'm like, it's more earthy. What are the adjectives that I used? I think
Girl.
in this one. No.
Oh. Boundless, tender, lively, soulful, romantic, dreamy,
Ethereal.
Honest. Okay, interesting. Honest.
I am very
That's interesting.
Very honest.
Yeah, she's very honest. But like so off topic, but I actually removed my pricing and stuff from my pinned ones because they're changing. So I removed it. But anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't like when I look at your page, I'm like there's nothing that pops out at me that's like, oof, this is kind of unnatural. Like nothing pops out at me. Like and everything for me. You could say I'm bland.
Why are we so close? I think you're not bland. Like this is very true tone.
Yeah.
Very true tone. Very true tone. I think that if you only posted ones that were like this, like because this is more lighter, whatever, but then you start pulling more of like this. So people are like, oh, these are all moody, but it's just different than others.
Okay, fine. I'm a good mix of everything.
I think that you're very true tone, but when they would describe, they would describe how it makes you feel.
Okay.
It's like
then say moody. Emotional. I literally
I triggered by the verbiage.
I can't. I literally stopped calling it moody. Potato. Like, please stop. Like, please stop calling me moody. I want to die. Like
tomato. Potato. Yeah.
I really like my feed right now, though. So
I'm not the biggest fan of mine right now.
I thought you were going to say you're not the biggest fan of mine. I was about to be like, first of all, mind your business.
Really hard on my feed. I don't work really hard on my feed. I think that
I actually don't work really hard on my feed anymore.
What's hard is the transition of seasons.
Yeah. Because like tell, right now, you can tell that this is fall. And like you can tell like if you scroll down a little bit that's summer.
This was before like the fall in between. Like you could see where it's
that's me.
That's you. Huh?
Yeah. I mean,
so it's like rough like in these streets.
No, it's not rough in these streets. The one that I have trouble with, the transition to seasons, is from fall to winter.
Love it.
That's my worst one.
I love it. It's my favorite season.
Okay, well, you literally have no soul, so like you're gonna like the dead stuff more.
I love the dead stuff more. It makes the browns are my favorite to edit.
I know it makes your life so much easier, but it doesn't make my life any easier. So,
see, you said it wasn't rough in these streets.
It's rough in these streets sometimes.
It's rough in the streets.
Anyways, so that's photography. Did we go over photography today?
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
Did we go over do's and don'ts?
Kind of, yeah. We were like,
I thought do's and don'ts for like photography. That's
we can kind of like lean into that. Okay. So I'm trying to think. Do your research on second shooters and people that you're working with and vendors.
So
videographers.
I have to be honest. I have really strong opinions about second shooters right now because personally, I don't need you. And I like not you. I always need you, sweet girl.
I know what you're saying. We're back to verbiage.
I am.
You're confident enough. We are confident enough as individuals. I am
confident enough without a second shooter at a wedding. Now, I will say sometimes second shooters are needed during weddings, not all the time. So like the other day, I did it was 9 hour. I did a 9-hour wedding day by myself. And guess what? Totally fine. And I was so chill and I had time to like sit down and just relax. Yes, did I miss Haley? Yes, did I miss someone having to talk to? Yes. But like
you were texting me and FaceTime.
I was FaceTiming her, obviously. But like I genuinely don't need a second shooter. So I kind of go back and forth with like how I want to reevaluate my packages and stuff like that. Like I'm kind of, it's, you know how I get, like I'm like, will people book me if I don't include this?
And also I think the reason why she's like, we're kind of bringing up the second shooter topic is because but everything's getting more expensive. And I guess people also think that they need to be more expensive because everything else is going expensive, which I completely understand. But the point of second shooters is to help the main shooter. Like, you are getting paid because you have a camera and you can take photos. That is it. You're literally just, you have to drive your car there, click your camera for 6 to 8 hours. I only do like 5 to 6 hours if it's not you. And then you go home.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything with the photos if you don't want to.
Right.
Where the main shooter is getting the client, talking communication, getting timeline stuff, doing the engagement session, editing the engagement session. They're driving to and from the engagement session. They're driving wherever they need to, talking to whoever they need to, communicating with vendors. So obviously they're going to get paid according to that. They're a main shooter. They have to edit all of the wedding photos, not only edit all the wedding photos, take them for potentially 8 to 12 hours sometimes. There's literally, as a second shooter, you need to bring whatever camera you have.
And a smile. That's it.
Yeah, and click around.
Yeah, like, and click around.
You
don't even have to think about poses. The main shooter does it. Like, all you have to do is click a camera.
Which, if we're paying according to like a normal job right now, it's $15 to $20 an hour. So let's just do math.
But people expect.
Wait, let's just do math.
Okay.
So if I have, let's go on the high end of like normal jobs, $20 an hour. Okay, let's do 22. And for 6 hours, 132. Let's do your gas. Let's say it takes you one full tank of gas to get you where you need to go for this venue, plus $50. Oh, that was wrong. 50 plus
132.
182. So that's like standard. Okay. So let's pretend that it doesn't take you like any gas, like you're not whatever, and like you have like you're only there for like 5-6 hours. Let's say $30. That's gonna compensate for a little bit of gas, your skill level, whatever. Let's times that by 6. $180. Okay, it's great. I think that that's very fair. $30 an hour, $35 if you're really skilled, you have experience with main shooting and second shooting, and you're a really strong second shooter. You do things that
he just pawed at you.
They do things that you don't even have to ask. They get shots that are like really, really like they add to the overall gallery. Like they're a strong main and they're a strong second. I feel like they could be potentially go up to like $40 an hour if you've worked with them before, they worked previously. But there's no reason to expect $500 for 6 to 8 hours of work when you are literally you're literally showing up and taking pictures and leaving. There's no in between. When you're main shooting, that's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
You don't even have to talk to the clients.
When I first started second shooting with Haley, I never expected anything higher than $100. Not even. Like, I didn't expect.
I paid her.
Yeah, you pay. Yeah, well, like, but I never expected anything like that. Like, if the nerve,
the gear that
for
we started out with, though, too, like we shouldn't have been paid or each other
I'm
more than that.
sorry, people have some sort of audacity, because if I would never be like, oh well, I actually expect to be paid $500 or $600 to second shoot. You know what I would say? And I can't say this, but I can't say this bad word.
Even with me being an experienced main shooter,
I would never expect it.
Ever. I wouldn't ever, like, I just it'd be nice to be compensated $500, but I wouldn't expect that. I feel like that's not fair. Like, for what I'm doing, it's not worth it. Like, I mean, obviously I value myself. I value my work. Obviously I want to get compensated fairly, but I'm just showing up and, like, the main shooter's doing all the work. Now, granted, let's say the main shooter gets sick, like, halfway through the day, and I kind of have to take over, and I'm staying longer, and I'm going above and beyond. I feel like that's a different conversation to have, but you shouldn't go into a wedding day expecting this crazy amount of money. Like, even $300, I think if it's for 8 hours and you're a really good second, not a brand new second, this means, like, the skill level that we're at. So, like, we've almost done 100 weddings. We second shoot all the time.
We're over 100,
yeah.
girl.
We've main shot a while. We've been doing this a while. I think 300 is very fair. But if it's, like, your second year of business, you've second shot a few times, you've done, like, maybe, like, 20 weddings, like, for you to expect 350, like, fairly I feel like it's a lot. Like, a lot to...
Yeah, and so, like, now the question is, like, and honestly, like, the past couple of weeks or months, I've been burned by second shooters more often. Like, I have people cancel. I've had people be like, well, sorry. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, just honestly disrespectful. And it makes me not want to work with you ever again. So it's like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I can't justify saying, like, I'm gonna bring a second shooter when I can't promise that, like, that they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, at this point, I'm like, I'm not gonna offer it next year, which I know is kind of controversial.
So we've both kind of, like, tossed back and forth the idea of, instead of making our packages more expensive, like, keeping them the same but removing the second shooter option, because we're still going to show up for each other's weddings,
right?
And that's going to be just, like, a plus,
right?
But I'm not going to hire a second shooter to do, like, a literal mediocre job and expect $300.
Yeah.
I'm not going to price my packages and make my clients pay that when it's not worth it.
Right.
Because it's not. Like, you're getting extra photos. In that case, I'll just set up a tripod. Or that $300, what they can do with that is hire a photo booth.
Yeah.
Hire a photo booth. I'm sorry, but second shooters, you're not worth it.
No.
Simply not.
No.
And it's not going to come out of my client's pocket. It's not going to come out of my pocket. And I'm sure there are a lot of main shooters that will pay it. And I'm so glad that they can do that for you.
And I'm going to clip this. This is for the clients.
Clip this. This is for the clients.
I'm going to clip this. We value your wedding so much what'd you say? Period. We value your wedding so much. We want you to have the most pleasant experience with us. And by that, we just can't simply charge you for something that we can't, and I struggle with words, like how to say this, but, like,
we're not going to charge you for something that's not worth it.
Right. Thank you. We're not going to charge you for something that's not worth it.
We're charging our worth.
Yeah.
Because we truly believe that's our worth.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing less, nothing more. We're going to do fair. Like, because I would want someone to be fair with me. I wouldn't want someone to charge me $10K for a wedding that they're literally not worth $10K. Like, their photos are not worth it. The experience, not worth it. Their website, not worth it. The whole experience, just not worth it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. And I don't even want to get into it, because at this point I kind of understand where some photographers are getting at with, like,
don't ever Listen to me. Don't charge $5K for a wedding if you have a Pixie Set website. Period.
I was gonna say, like, I can kind of at this point understand where some photographers get at with like being burned from other second shooters about like posting and like giving credit where credit is due. You know what I mean?
A lot of photographers have a lot of different rules. Me
Yeah.
personally, I don't have any rules.
Me either. But
Like,
I can understand now from looking at it from like person with experience now that has been kind of, a lot of second shooters aren't great. There's only a few that I will actually work with, and even then not really. But it's like I understand now why there's a lot of photographers that have a lot of rules.
mm-hmm.
But there are some that are kind of like unjustifiable.
I don't do. I guess I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Speak in code. I don't personally do contracts for second shooters. And I don't think I ever will for second shooters. I haven't. I can understand. I think that the majority is good. The good overweighs the bad within that whole thing. But honestly, it would be more work. What I want out of a second shooter, just from the way that I run my business, I don't want to person sounds so bad. I don't want to talk for the next 2 weeks about what the wedding vibes are, what the clients are like, I want to send the contract, or sorry, not send the contract. I want to send the timeline, tell them the place and the time, and they show up. That is it. That's all I expect. I don't want anything more. You give me the photos, I use them. You can do whatever you want with them. I don't care. Don't tag the client. I'd rather you not talk to the client, because if they see your work and I don't like your personal editing style, I don't want them to screenshot it and then share it and then they think it's my work. They meaning like everyone on their feed. That's how I see it. Because even if they're like talented, like Olivia, for example, like I don't care if she doesn't tag me and the clients find her work, because I love her work and I'm using it in my gallery. And I know that the dynamic's different with us. But some random second shooter who has a true dark and moody editing and it's their work is hideous. Sorry, that's all art. There are some artists out there whose paintings suck. And it's all objective and all subjective, and I don't care. But I don't want you representing me. So just don't tag the client. I don't want you to tag the client. I don't want you to send the client anything. Like, unless it's like, "Oh, thank you for being a part of my wedding. Like, you were great." Like, I've had your client the other day commented on mine. It was like, "Y'all did so great."
Yeah, but
That's different. Yeah, we're different. But like, I don't want you to like go out of your way to reach out to the venue and be like, "This is the gallery that I did for your venue." Like, but it was actually your main shooter's wedding. That's when I'm like, you want to get paid how much? And then you're going to pull stuff like that. I understand why photographers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just be mindful. Like, what would you do to other people as you would want them do to you? So I personally don't care if someone tags me second shooter. Don't really care.
I still do it.
Yeah, I'm sometimes bad about it. But even if it's like a note that's like, "Thank you for letting me tag along with the wedding," and then tagging the main shooter, I think it's respectful.
Yeah.
I don't care if you do it to me. I'm not going to say, "Thank you so and so for second shooting my wedding," like talking about like some random person, like, "Thank you, I'm going to use Evan."
Olivia.
I was going to say, "Thank you, Evan Knight Media, for helping me second shoot this wedding." No, I'm not going to do that. And if you expect that, you're crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't tag my couple, or I don't really tag my couples, or I don't expect my couples to tag me.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me personally. Like, you hired me to do your wedding. And if someone loved my work enough, they would probably reach out and you would give them my information. So I don't necessarily think you have to tag me. And chances are, I'm following a client, I'll comment, you'll see it anyways.
Yeah, and let's talk about the culture that is some photographers feeling like they can post their second shooter's work, like, and claiming it as their own. Because
That
I personally don't agree with that.
okay, that's why people do contracts, and I understand that. But as a main shooter, any photo that Olivia takes, I do not own.
Mhm.
Like, I do not own them.
And you can reverse Google search it, and because of the way the camera works, it has the copyright on it, so you can see who took it. But like, personally, if this mofo, hold on, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not
Hold on,
recording.
wait, it's not.
Click it, and then click the record
It's
button.
recording.
No, it's not. I don't see the red blinking button.
Okay, why is it doing that?
And then click.
Is it dying?
You just talk too much.
Girl. It's like not wanting to.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
If you're watching video, then the video just went bye-bye. I think you should start putting the video on Spotify.
It actually does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So now you won't be listening to... I mean, you'll be listening, but...
What were we talking about? Girl, this is how we can't break.
We were talking about second shooters, contracts.
Oh, like why main shooters shouldn't post second shooters photos and claim them as their own?
Because they're not.
They're not. And even if you do post them, like sometimes I will like, and this is because I mix Haley and I's photos together because that just is how it works better for me. So like sometimes I'll pull photos from PicTime and then realize that it's Haley's photo, and then I'll be like, oh shoot. And so I will tag her in the Instagram post.
I honestly, I don't, is there a time that you did that?
No, but like even if I catch it and
if
I'm
you
like,
question it?
yeah, if I question it, I'm like,
The way I work is, like, usually your photos will go at the bottom, and then I'll pull all the ones that I want, and then I mix them all. So I've never posted a photo of yours.
But I can also tell whose by the name of the image, because mine start with H and yours start with A.
So weird.
I know, but anyways, yeah. If you post second shooters photos or even like associate shooters photos and don't tag them, that's kind of like fake of you.
Yeah, that's where the community over competition kind of like ties in, like fake. That's just.
And personally, it makes me not want to work with you.
Yeah, fair. I just I don't understand why you would claim someone else's photo as yours when it's not. Like, I just think that that's so inconsiderate and rude.
I think it's a little bit of like a jealousy thing.
No way. You think? We need to like ask a second shooter like why they wouldn't, or a main shooter that's done it. Like, why would you? You know, like, why would you do that? And I'm sure they're like, well, I got the client and I invited them, and the only reason why they were there is because of me, so they feel entitled.
No, but it's like, I can tell you all the reasons why I would never do it, but I can almost guarantee you it has something to do with like an ego thing.
Like, oh, this is my wedding, I took it. Like, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, this is my wedding. Technically, this is my like representative of my business. I can totally see it being like that.
Weird. I guess I just like don't have that mindset, so I'm like kind of like rubbed the wrong way by it.
Oh, I'm rubbed the wrong way about everything. I was in a really bad mood last night.
I know. I don't know what text I was like. She is just. I think it was. It was like I was like, oh, I get it. I'm on my period. And you're like, well, I'm not, but it has nothing to do with the period. I was like, yeah. Tell me how you really feel.
No, I was really agitated because like I received a really agitating text.
Oh. Yeah, agitating text.
And so I was kind of like,
Insert that sound on TikTok that's like an agitating.
grating.
Wait, I'm pulling it up. Hold.
Chilies.
Agitating.
I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening.
Wait.
When all of a sudden, and now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening. When all of a sudden I hear this agitating, grating voice.
That's how I feel
And now-
day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and honestly, like, things like that typically don't bother me, but with this situation, never heard back, never like anything like. And I do not expect people to be like, "Oh my god, I love this. Thank you so much."
I just kind of want like something. There's
Just, like,
there's actually a
give me
client.
some support.
There's a client that I have no idea if they like their photos or not, and I don't want to follow up like a bajillion times. And I'm like, tell me how.
something.
Tell
Just
me
say
anything.
thank you.
I don't know. Like, you don't even have to say thank you. You could just be like, I really love this one. Like, I really think you did a good job. Like,
Yeah.
you did good. I don't know.
No, for me, it's like, please just say something.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like, respond.
I
Like,
got the gallery.
yeah,
Thank
I got the
you.
gallery. Thank you. Like, just say something. It's rude. I spent 20 hours editing your gallery.
Yeah.
Don't be rude.
Look at this.
I know. You guys can't see it anymore, but he's like sitting on
My
Haley
fat leg.
and purring, I think.
No, he's not.
He's not? Oh, he's mad.
He's not purring. He's just comfy. Please tell me you didn't poop over there again.
No, I don't think so. I think he
So-
was playing. Don't hold the mic like that.
Why
Haley,
can't I?
Don't hold it. It makes like a rattling sound. It's ugly.
So, Archer had his first accident only because I switched where his litter box was. So he pooped in underneath the chair, or we have an old church pew as our dining room like table or dining room chair. He pooped under there, and so he had his first accident. So he's just poopy boy in every sense of the word.
You did not just burp.
I didn't even open my mouth. That was
You are
inside.
disgusting.
Oh, you have room to talk.
He's eyeballing something, and I really hope it's not my feet.
Probably.
Anyway, so that's my tangent. Yep, it 100%. Oh no, it's the.
I think we like covered all our bases with this. This
Yeah.
is like our. What should we name this episode?
Girl, I have no freaking clue. We're back.
No, this is
No,
a different
because like,
episode.
are we really?
Yes.
So
we're,
here's what I think the future of this podcast will be.
every other week, maybe once a month, maybe.
I think once a month is good.
And we'll just be a longer episode. We need to know if you like shorter episodes, longer episodes. We need to know.
I think people like longer episodes because personally, that's how I am.
I love 3-hour long episodes.
Me too.
If there was like a 24-hour podcast episode, I would be
He's literally.
just knock him.
He's a demon.
No, he's sweet. He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy. Yeah, I personally love long episodes. Oh, he's biting. Okay, now he's licking. Okay. Like this episode is an hour, so like beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't want to edit it, so I hope we didn't say anything controversial. Well, our whole life is.
I think you'll just have to listen and cut little bits, but I would be fine with you just keeping the
Uploading it.
ums and the likes and
Oh,
stuff.
well, yeah. Okay, listen, buddy. Oh, he fell.
Oh, he's fallen a lot, but I think that concludes our episode.
Yeah, so I guess the future is just look out for us month to month. Maybe sometimes we won't post one month.
Just
but
look out for the next episode.
yeah, look out for us. But
We're
anyways.
still here, hoes.
Yeah, we're still here, hoes, and we're lurking. Don't worry. We got fans. We know we do. So,
All right.
anyways, I want to know how, honestly, like the popular podcast photography people, how do they do it every week?
They don't do a lot of photography. They do a lot of education.
Oh,
So it's like they work it like
gosh, I wish. Even though I love my
it.
job.
I love it. I wouldn't
I
change.
love working, but I can imagine, I can see myself at some point like doing education type stuff.
I don't know if you have the patience to do it full time.
Heck no, bro.
I don't. I can't. I couldn't. I would have to be in the field.
I could see myself doing this until I was like,
Brinkley.
yeah.
Yeah. Not anytime soon though. I don't want to retire.
No.
I want to be one of
know
those
what's-
annoying people at weddings that's like, I used to be a photographer. Wait, I still am, hoes.
Yeah. Ow. Listen. He loves me. He bites and then
Love bites.
Yeah, love bites. No, and I think it's so funny. We met a videographer the other day, and he was like early 30s. And he was like, I'm not going to be doing this for very much longer. Like the stress of it all, and like it's too much. And I'm like, I honestly think I'm going to be doing this till I'm 50.
Yeah, I'm like, you're clearly not in the right field if you already feel like that. Even when I burn out, I'm like, I want to just edit. And
I don't know. I mean, maybe things change when you have kids, but like I'm nowhere near that point to know.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
how I feel. But he didn't have kids.
Right. So like, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping like we get to the point where we only have to take like 5 weddings a year and make like 70K, I mean 80K. Really, honestly, 100K a year.
I think the least amount of weddings I would ever take in a given year
is 10,
12 to 15.
It's a good number
because that's like 15 days. Are you kidding me? That gives me enough that I can like really intentionally edit every single photo the way I want. I have a nice workflow. I can do like different avenues, different passions while still nurturing.
Yeah. Like you could be present. Yeah, you could be present for your children or whatever, whenever, God willing.
God willing.
But anyways, okay. Well,
Peace out.
Peace out, home skillet. I appreciate you bringing me into your home, letting me crash for a minute, you know.
Or potting on my couch.
Yeah, they saw it with me. If you're video, you can.
We're potting in my new house. Tune into the last episode if you want to hear all the fun stuff.
Yeah, so anyways, we'll catch you on the flippity side, and, you know, stay sexy.
Bye.
Bye.